we're scheduling a new video shoot. You're gonna come in under tasks and you're gonna go ahead and schedule it right in here. Notice I'm not clicking on the new button right here. I'm gonna click on this drop down and then we can see all the different types of tasks that there are. And we're gonna go ahead and click video shoot because that's gonna pull up a different template for that task with all of these different elements that we wanna make sure we're including. So we're gonna go through just like we would with another regular task or a regular event, and we'll set the date and the time. So maybe it's happening this Tuesday, and we're gonna start, and again, it can be helpful to put the start and end time, especially for something like this. So if we're starting at maybe 4 p.m., and then we're gonna end at about 6 p.m., all of a sudden we have that documented, and then when we tag our different creatives, they're gonna be able to look at that really quickly and know what they're looking at. You also want to tag any faculty that are going to be involved. That way, again, it pulls up for them. They can look at it really quickly and be ready to review it. We're still going to set a status, even though, again, this is an event. So yes, we want it to be scheduled, but I also want to make sure that the plans for the video shoot that are documented in here go through that same approval process. So as soon as we start actively planning it and making progress on it, we'll switch that status to in progress. So that we can go from there. So we have a couple different pieces in here that we want to make sure of. So here's our call sheet. We're going to add all the information we have, whether this is the video director for the project or the account manager. I want them to work hand in hand to make sure this is all filled out, that we have our call times, that we have any notices, that we've identified our crew and our talent and our location. Having all of this documented here, and then our scene list, all of the different scenes we need to capture, all the different shots we need to capture, should all be documented in here. So this is going to be a working living document that you're going to keep modifying and updating up until the start of the shoot. But you want to make sure you have as much information in here as you can before you start. Again, we're going to have a place for our shot list, a place for our equipment list. The more specific we can get, the better. This is a place where we can then link to our script. It should be a separate task, and then you should then copy and paste it in. Same thing with the lighting diagram. This is going to be embedded as PDF, and your storyboards as well. You're going to embed them as a file and upload them here. That way, if anyone has any questions about the video shoot, they should be able to find every answer they need just by going to this page. As soon as all of this information is filled out, then we want to send it through the approval process. Even though faculty, creative director, department head, they've likely been heavily collaborating on it, we still want to make sure that it's going through that approval process and that it's ready for clients to review. Does the client need to see 100% of all of this? Not necessarily, but we should be letting them know a summary of the plans that we have, especially the scene list and the shot list. That's what they're invested in. They should have already reviewed the script and the storyboard as separate tasks, as separate pieces of the project. But we'll just verify with them when we contact them. This is the final script. These are the final storyboards, and this is what we intend to capture on this day. If they want talent approval, we make sure that they've already seen talent and given their approval. So this still goes through that normal approval process, even though it's a little bit different. That way, when the date and the time come, we are fully set and ready to go, and we know that we're aligned with faculty and we're aligned with the client, and we aren't going to run into as many hurdles with our video shoot. And that's all you really need to know about creating a video shoot and scheduling a video shoot in Notion.